great having Miles Johns back here on the program. He's going to be stepping in on short notice, taking on Vince Morales, UFC Fight Night, November 19th. Miles, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Super excited.
Yeah.
Happy to be on, doing interviews, all the fight prep stuff. So
Yeah, that means you have a fight coming up, which is great. Tell me when you got the notice that you'd be stepping in and taking on Vince Morales.
It was last Thursday. Last Thursday got the notice, so just over 2 weeks out. It's funny because Coach Krause actually came to me a little bit before that. He's like, "Hey, you've been doing great in practice. You're training super hard. Just want to see if a short notice opportunity came up, if you'd be open." And I'm like, "Absolutely, man. Like I'm ready. I'm ready whenever, you know." So he's like, "All right, I'll throw your name in the bucket, you know, just in case something comes up." And not too long after, he called me, "Hey, you know, you ask and shall receive. We got this opportunity." So I was happy to jump on it.
Yeah, and you just casually mentioned it there. I mean, we've been doing interviews for years. You used to be, it sounds like, at Fortis MMA, and now you're at Glory. How did this all come together, and how did you end up training with James Krause and the great team over there?
Yeah, you know, it was kind of a series of events, I guess. Nothing really big, but I'm originally from Kansas. You know, my family's all here, and it's just a process. Like we were looking at houses in Dallas, and we just really wanted to get back closer to family. And then, you know, I have so much respect for Coach Safe, and I love all my teammates there. I got a lot of love for everybody at Fortis. You know, all my teammates are my brothers forever. But I just been there for so long. I felt like for me as a fighter, I needed to branch out a little bit and do something different for myself. It was an incredibly hard decision, you know, and like I said, my teammates, I want them to do great. You know, I'm always rooting them on, but I also have a lot of respect for Coach Safe, you know, and I'm not sure if he knows, but like he's still, everything that he's taught me it's not going away. Like even when I'm training now, I still hear his voice in my head. Like I still think about things that he'd be telling me in situations, but I'm also getting to learn under Coach Krause, which is awesome. You know, he has such a technical mind in the sport. You know, with the way he does things, like the way he thinks about things, it's awesome. So yeah, it's a hard thing. You know, you don't want to. I didn't want to be in any situation where I felt like disloyal or anything like that, you know, but sometimes you do have to make changes just for yourself. And so yeah, that now I'm here and I'm loving it. I'm learning a lot. I'm growing as a fighter, so it's pretty awesome.
How did you get in touch with James Krause? Did you know him previously? Did you reach out to him? Tell me how that came together with, you know, getting in touch with him.
It was me. I reached out to him. It was kind of like we were deciding what we are gonna do with new house. You know, I got three boys, so we were looking at houses and stuff, and we were always thinking of the idea of like maybe we'd be able to go back to Kansas and stuff. But and then just seeing how things worked, it was like, oh, Glory's there. I've been watching James and like for a while. You know, I've heard a lot about like just a lot about the style of his coaching and stuff for a while, and like and things just kind of came into play. It's like, oh yeah, we get to come back here, be close to family. I can still train. I can train there and stuff. So I had to reach out with him, and that was a whole process. You know, like he really wanted to make sure that he had Coach Safe's blessing to let me train there. You know, he's super respectful. He didn't want to do anything.
Yeah, ruffle any feathers, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got it clear and just tried to make I reached out to him. He's like, well, you need to make sure it's good with Coach Safe first. Like, and so then had to talk to Coach Safe and then talk to him, and it all worked out. So it was a bit of a process, but everything's good now. I'm there. I've been training hard for a couple months there now and stuff. So I feel good.
And new management as well. You're with Iridium. How did that come together?
Just Coach Safe was my previous manager, so with moving new coach, there's gonna be new manager also. So yeah, it's I'm kind of like downplaying some of it. You know, it was a very tough thing for me emotionally, because I saw Coach Safe as a father, and I mean still do. Like for a long time, my teammates. I mean, like I said, those guys are my brothers. You know, so it was real hard for me. To leave what I'm used to and what I'm comfortable with and branch out like that. So yeah, I would say I'm downplaying a little bit, but I'm also super happy that I decided to make that decision because you only have one career, man.
Yeah.
I only get to fight this one time, this window in my life, and I feel like the game is just so vast and there's so much to learn that yeah, it was what I had to do for myself.
And a good opponent here in Vince Morales. You never get any easy fights, man. It's a good veteran here, 17 fights. How do you feel like you match up against him stylistically?
Hey, I think it's a great matchup stylistically. I think it's a fan favorite fight. You know, like he has a similar style to me. He likes to come in. He likes to throw heavy hands. You know, he's a good wrestler, and so a lot of times I try to bring people in and try to have people meet me. I don't think I don't think I have to bring him in. I think he's gonna invite himself in, and it's gonna be fun. You know, he's game. He's I don't know if I'd call him a veteran, but he's been in there with a lot of high level guys. You know, he's been around the block and he just seems real comfy in there. You know, so I like that. Like he's tough everywhere, but I think I'm better in a lot of places. So we're gonna see. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be a great fight.
We know Glory's got a great stable of fighters. Who are you mainly getting to train with and work with ahead of the matchup?
Yeah, they got tons of guys. You know, I've been just trying to be super respectful and just kind of earn my respect. You know what I mean? Like because it that is another thing too. You know, somebody comes from another big gym and like there's been guys there that were matched up to fight Fortis guys and stuff. Everybody's gonna be a little bit like, oh, what's this guy about? But I think that they now like it, when they ask me like, so how long you staying this time? I'm like, I bought a house there. I bought a house here. You know, they're very welcoming. Like, oh, like so you really want to be a part of the team and stuff. You know, so that helps like just open them up a little bit. But yeah, I've been getting to train with all the guys there, and it's been great. So
Yeah, and another a bit of familiar face. I know you guys didn't train at the same gym, but Manny Martinez is also from Texas as well originally, right? So I'm sure he's kind of a familiar guy in the gym, right?
yeah, he is. I never trained with him before, but yeah, I've seen him before. There's a lot of guys who are like pretty pretty familiar. Like even David Onama, I wasn't really training for this at the time, but I like Austin Lingo's my boy, and he was gonna fight Austin Lingo and stuff. And so I like in the fight game, it's just kind of like that. You know, I wasn't
Yeah.
talking to Austin or him at the time, but yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you're gonna fight my guy, but I mean that has nothing to do with him and I. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That fight didn't go through, but I think it would have been a great fight. But I got to train with him a lot and train with Moreno a little bit, Champ when he's there.
Nice.
Just a lot of different looks with a lot of different studs. So it's been awesome, yeah. And they're super respectful, good fighters there.
I imagine Kraus will be in your corner. Who else is going to be in the cage with you that night?
Yep, and then my younger brother Elijah,
Yep.
you know,
Yeah, of
and then
course.
also for this one I'm gonna have my older brother in the corner too. He's not a fighter, so he's not really. A lot of people don't know I have another brother, but yeah, he's always in my corner. He's a big part of my success in this journey. So him, EJ, and Coach Cross are gonna be there.
How tough is it? I imagine your brother's still back in Texas, right? Training? Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how tough is that? Because you guys are kind of been side by side this entire time, right?
Yeah, you know it's different. You know, I love having him around me, but luckily, Coach Safe, just being the man he is taking great care of him still. Like, and EJ's his own man, you know, and he's on his own path. And so, of course, EJ and I are still close. I'm happy that he's able to make the trip out to Vegas and be in my corner. But he's on. I feel like it's been good for him to like kind of step up in his position, even at Fortis. You know, he's under my old strength and conditioning coach, Coach Mike, who's a great strength and conditioning coach. I feel like he's made a step up and is on like the true pro path. You know what I mean? Like he's doing like almost the regimen that I was doing there, and I know that that's gonna just make for a ton of growth for him. So yeah, I'm excited to see him again. I was in his corner for LFA, you
Yep.
know, so we had experience, and then it's just been a couple months since we've seen each other. So I'll be happy to see him again and see how he's doing everything. But I heard he's doing great. So
That's awesome. And how's this fight playing out? Like I said, really exciting matchup on paper. How do you see this one going down?
like I said, I see it a fan friendly fight. I hope that he does come in like he's done in his past fights, you know, and we'll see what happens when you make some car crashes, you know. Yeah, I like bonuses, so I don't see this fight going the distance. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
And just remind me, how many more fights do you have left on your contract? Because I know I think you signed a new contract a while ago, and I'm just wondering if you're kind of running up on that, or what's the latest with that?
This is my second fight on my new contract.
Oh, that's right. Okay, gotcha. I knew you had signed a new one. Just couldn't remember when. It's been a while, obviously. And last question: how's the family adjusted to going from Texas to Kansas City? I know the weather's not as great, but how's everything else going?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been as smooth as it could be, I'd say. Like I said, we're originally from Kansas, so we knew what it was about, but there's definitely some adapting to it. Luckily, the winter hasn't hit us too hard, but I'm ready for some snow, and I'm ready for that extreme Kansas weather again. But they're loving it. I mean, the wife's super happy to be closer to her parents and everything. The boys are out at the ranch a lot, like working with the cows, the horses, all that stuff out that they got out there. So I love that that was a huge part of this move. I love that they get that experience and stuff, and they've been around my parents for a long time, and my parents are probably gonna make a move to Kansas City also. They were in Dallas with us, but I'm happy to give them the opportunity to be around the other side of their grandparents more, because they definitely deserve it too. So yeah, it's been great. We're transitioning well, all settled in and everything.
Can't wait to see you back in action, Miles. It's right around the corner, November 19th, UFC Fight Night. If there's anyone you'd like to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors or any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
No, nobody right now. Just you guys can hit me up on Instagram, Miles X Johns or Miles Chapo Johns now, and yeah, I appreciate the support, man. I appreciate you taking the time and everything. Looking forward to showing Chapo 2.0 for sure.